Check it out! Are you ready to add wireless CarPlay and Android Auto to your 2012 to 14 Toyota Camry? This is the Hamilton Conversion Kit, a beautiful 10-inch replacement screen. It's going to make a game-changing difference. It's going to preserve your original climate controls down here, your original steering wheel controls. If your car had a factory backup camera, it will preserve your original backup camera. Alternatively, you can also add an aftermarket camera to this unit. And it's going to have a whole lot of features, both inside CarPlay and Android Auto, and on this powerful Hamilton underlying operating system. Here on the Hamilton underlying operating system, you can use powerful apps for features that are not available in CarPlay or Android Auto. For the underlying operating system, you can either power it by connecting it to your phone's hotspot when you're not using CarPlay or Android Auto, or we include an optional 4G SIM card, and you can sign up for an optional data plan on the Hamilton Connect system, and that will have a 4G data plan natively on your unit. This system will take about half an hour to an hour to install. You're going to use a 10mm socket, as well as a ratchet, an extension, and a trim pry tool or a credit card. It's super easy to put in. Let's dive in and I'll show you how to do it now. To begin, make sure the vehicle is parked on a flat and level surface. The wheels are chalked, the parking brake is applied, and that the car will not roll away. I'll also highly recommend that you open the hood and disconnect the negative cable from the battery using a 10mm socket. It's optional, but that will ensure that the power stays off to your electronics to protect them during the installation. Now, the tools required for this job are going to be a Phillips head screwdriver, a trim pry tool, a 10mm socket with an extension, and a ratchet. Let's begin now. Above the screen here, we're going to remove the air vent assembly. Go ahead and use your trim pry tool or a credit card and reach in here to this gap. And we'll do just a bit of pressure, and the assembly will pop out like this. Now we can take this assembly and set it in a safe place. With the air vent trim removed, let's take off the upper portion of this trim here. It's going to be two pieces. We're just going to remove the outer portion. So we'll go ahead and use the trim pry tool. We can get onto the edge here, just do a bit of maneuvering. And a little bit of maneuvering will cause this upper portion to arise, and then we can put the trim pry tool under it. We'll just pop it up and back like that. And this upper portion will just stay up here until we remove the radio, now that it's free. We're going to now remove this trim piece here. We'll just reach in and we'll pop it straight back and out like that. And we'll do this one on the driver's side. Again, I'm just using my fingers. You could use a trim pry tool, but there's a seam that runs along the side, and this seam here, we'll just pop it straight out and back. We're going to now reach through this opening here, and you'll see it's very easy to spot in person. Just a 10mm silver screw straight back like that. So I'm going to use an extension here. I have a 10mm extension, and then I have about a 6-inch extension on it. We can use that. We'll just jump in here. Once it's loose on the driver's side, we'll simply reach in with your fingers, grab it, and pull it out. Set it in a safe place as well. We're going to remove both of these 10mm bolts as well. These are above the radio and behind the air vents. We'll loosen those up, take them out, and set them in a safe place in that cup holder. We'll remove one from either side. And with both of these bolts removed, the factory radio is ready to take out. Now, regardless of what type of factory radio you have in your Camry, the Hamilton Conversion Kit is going to support it. So let's go ahead and take a towel now. We'll cover the center console to make sure that you don't scratch anything. And let's go ahead and we'll reach behind this radio. And we'll go ahead and pop it out here, lower it down. We'll disconnect all of the harnesses, holding it into place. To disconnect these harnesses, we'll simply press down on the tabs and slide the harnesses straight out. You don't need to worry about keeping them in any sort of order, as these harnesses, they're like a jigsaw puzzle and you can't put them together the wrong way. So we're just going to go ahead and press down on these tabs. If yours are tight, it's important that you don't yank on the wire. What you do is you press down on the tab and you wiggle the plastic side to side and take it out. With all of the harnesses disconnected, let's take this radio to the workbench. We need to transfer this lower climate control panel from the factory system on to the Hamilton conversion kit. Here you can see that really high quality Hamilton heatsink with the Hamilton custom electronics inside of it. Let's begin taking apart the factory radio. This is pretty straightforward. We're going to turn it to the side here, and we'll go ahead and take off all of these small Phillips head screws. You can use either a Phillips head screwdriver or you can use an 8mm socket. We'll just go ahead and loosen and remove these. We got to take these brackets off to be able to free up that original climate panel. So I'm taking off these screws and setting them here in a safe place. And as that bracket comes out, we'll take it, set it aside. We'll move to the other side. Take that bracket out. And just like that, we're ready to remove the climate panel. The climate panel will come right out, and we can work on transferring it now to the Hamilton conversion kit. With that factory climate panel removed from the original screen, let's line it up here on the Hamilton conversion kit. We'll lift up on the kit, and then we'll just snap it into place. Sometimes it's helpful to kind of flip it over to the right side here. Just a little pressure on each side. And it's snapped into place. And then once we install it in the vehicle, it'll be secure permanently. This is the main Hamilton Toyota harness here. Let's go ahead and we will take off this small black cable tie, and I'll show you exactly what we're going to be using on the harness. I'd like to call out first, this is your CAN bus box. It's going to be pre-installed, and this box interprets factory vehicle signals and transfers them to the Hamilton conversion kit. We're going to have two connections going from this harness to the Hamilton conversion kit. One is going to be this black one here, that's your main power, and then this small white one here for your steering wheel controls. It's very important that you connect these. As well, this FM antenna will connect to the Hamilton conversion kit, and I'll show you all of those at the end. I'll call out exactly to you what we're connecting in the car. To start, let's grab this small one labeled 09 to 13 original camera. We'll line it up and we'll connect it. Now you're going to have a full wiring diagram that calls attention to exactly the wires that we use in this video. We're going to begin by first identifying this small one labeled 09 to 13 original camera. We'll grab this small multi-pin wire and we'll connect them together. You can disregard the names on the harnesses, but the names will be calling attention to exactly which ones you need to connect. So this one is 14 to 19 original CAN. We'll go ahead and line it up and we'll connect it here. We're going to grab these two smaller harnesses with larger pins. One is labeled 14 to 19 original power. We'll line it up and connect them. And then as well here, 14 to 19 original audio. And let's line it up and we'll connect it as well. And that's going to leave us with just this small black one. This is for the climate panel. We have this FM antenna harness. So let's go ahead now and we'll grab this 2-pin FM harness. We'll line these up, connect them together. And finally, this small gray one here, it's a square-shaped wire. This is going to go into a black square-shaped wire from Hamilton. This is for your USB port. We'll go ahead and connect it for that factory USB. Now we're going to connect this male USB-A into one of these female USB-As here. And then this wire will connect into the Hamilton conversion kit. We're going to grab this small one labeled 09 to 13 original camera, and coming off of it, there'll be a yellow RCA labeled camera male. Let's connect that male yellow RCA into the Hamilton female, and I'll highly recommend you wrap this in electrical tape, and then we'll connect this white one into the Hamilton conversion kit. These other small ones here will not be used. Finally, let's grab this Hamilton accessory harness. Now you can add the Hamilton Connect 4G SIM card in here if you'd like. We have more information about that on our website. And this 4G SIM card would allow you to have a native data connection on the unit for using features that are not available inside CarPlay and Android Auto natively on the device. We talk more about that in the Hamilton Connect video. All Hamilton units can either use your phone's hotspot, so you certainly don't have to set this up, but if you want to have a native 4G data connection for streaming apps or other popular apps outside of CarPlay and Android Auto, we make that available to you. Now, this accessory harness can also be used here for an aftermarket audio setup, but let's go ahead and grab here. We're going to be looking for two labeled aux-R and aux-L. And then back here on the main Hamilton harness, we're going to have two labeled aux-L and aux-R. And these will be coming off of this one labeled here 14 to 19 original CAN. Let's line these up and we'll connect them together. I'd recommend that you wrap these also in electrical tape. And then we have one here labeled OEM mic female off the main Hamilton harness here. Let's go ahead and we will grab one labeled OEM mic male. We'll connect them together. Now you're going to have a full wiring diagram in your unit that shows how all of this goes together. And just like that, all of the connections are made, and we'll go ahead and install the Hamilton conversion kit. Now this looks complicated from the outside, but in person it's quite straightforward. We're going to go ahead now and we'll reconnect the power here. This small one here for the reverse camera will go on the end. This one for the steering wheel controls goes in the middle here. Now the Hamilton accessory harness will connect into this long slot. We will need to connect the FM antenna down here. This USB harness will connect directly to the side of that reverse harness there. Just like that, all of the harnesses are connected. Let's put some antennas on now. We're going to have 3 antennas to use here. They have color-coded connectors, white, blue, and magenta. And we're going to simply just take them and put them on their color-coordinated posts here. Now, these antennas, you don't need to do anything particular with them. You can, if you would like, align them in the top of your dash. Make sure that you don't connect them to metal surfaces. I typically just tuck them back with the wires behind the radio. The black antenna post is not going to be used. Then on the Hamilton conversion kit, we're going to have power, accessory, steering wheel controls, USBs, and reverse. Don't forget to connect the FM antenna down here, and then these 3 antennas, very straightforward, white, magenta, and blue. Blue is GPS, magenta is 4G, and white is for wireless, CarPlay, and Android Auto. If you would like your extra USB to be visible, you can simply drop it out through either of the sides. In this case, I have the factory USB on this car, and that's going to be enough for me. The Hamilton conversion kit will power the factory USB. I'm going to go ahead and align my harnesses back behind the Hamilton conversion kit. Once again, these antennas don't need to be put in any particular spot. And don't forget to reconnect the climate control panel. And now we'll line it up, and if your climate control panel has been moving around a little bit, don't worry about it too much. Once we line it up and reinstall it, it'll stay put for good. We'll take that Hamilton conversion kit, line up the yellow clips, snap it all into place, making sure that the client panel snaps in as well. Just like that, everything here is going to be really nice and secure. We can go ahead to that panel above the Hamilton conversion kit, snap it down. That'll help hold everything in place. Now, I recommend you reinstall your 10mm screws up top here so you don't lose them. However, you don't have to, because the Hamilton conversion kit is much lighter and it's going to be held in without those screws. So we can go ahead now, we'll take the air vent assembly, we'll line it up, we'll snap it into place. And now I also recommend that you put the screws in down below, but once again, you don't have to do those. Now the Hamilton conversion kit snapped in, let's take these small trim panels from either side, we'll line them up, and we'll snap them also back into place. And once everything's done, it's going to be super secure and solid, and it looks absolutely awesome. When you first power on the unit, to pair wireless CarPlay, open up your phone, settings, Bluetooth, touch the device starting with Hamilton, and then allow contacts and favorites as well as apps. And then when you see the blue button that says connect to CarPlay, click connect. Wait about 15 to 20 seconds the first time, and there it is, beautiful wireless CarPlay. And there it is, guys. What a game-changing difference we've made on this 2012 to 14 Camry. All orders are backed by our 3-year limited warranty that we call the Hamilton Guarantee. Full warranty details are available on hamiltonmotorcompany.com. We've got talented technical support available to assist you in Raleigh, North Carolina. Give us a call at 919-858-2890. I'm Dave from Hamilton Motor Company. You can check out our help center, help.hamiltonmotorcompany.com, and I'll see you in the next video.